first in any game can provide you with a huge tactical advantage, as you're able to set up your strategy before your opponent. Whether it's setting up your defenses, going on the attack, or stunning the opposition, moving before your rival can determine the course of a battle. That's why Pokemon players prioritize having fast Pokemon over others, as while yes, they can be frail enough to be blown away from the impact of a bocce ball being thrown by my Nunna in their general direction. That simple act of striking first can decide any skirmish. While these Pokemon can be intimidating at first, there is an infamous way to knock these rabbits off their pedestal while confirming our turtles can come out on top. I'm talking about Trick Room. Trick Room is a dimension warping tool that allows the fabric of reality to be distorted, making it so the natural game turn order is reversed. For example, if I have my Sandshrew out on the field with a Bronzong as its teammate, and we were fighting a Pikachu who had a partner Gardevoir, the natural turn order would play out with Pikachu going first, then Gardevoir, then Sandshrew, and finally Bronzong. Trick Room would swap the turn order, making it so Bronzong would go first, and then followed up by Sandshrew, and then my opponent's faster Pokemon. This opens up an entire selection of Pokemon to choose for team building, as now slower Pokemon who wouldn't be able to act can now have an opportunity to shine and rain fire on your opponents. What's nice about these Pokemon is that they usually have some decent bulk and can deal solid damage to your opponents. Awesome examples would have to include Torkoal and Ursaluna. Torkoal has a solid physical defense stat of 140, and with a speed stat of 20, it'll be able to sweep your opponents inside of a Trick Room with a powerful sun boosted and stab eruption or heat wave. Ursaluna is also amazing after it gets its guts ability set up with the flame orb, giving it a 50% boost to its monstrous attack stat. Inside of Trick Room with its base 50 speed stat, it'll be able to run over single targets with Facade and Headlong Rush, or run down the entire board with Earthquake. Powerful Pokemon like these are what you're looking for when making a Trick Room team. Slow, bulky, and powerful. While yes, Tailwind is also a great option to obtain speed control in a game since it doubles all of your Pokemon speed stats for the next 4 turns, that doesn't guarantee that you will be going before your opponent depending on your speed stats. Let's take a look at this example here with my friend Derek.
All right, Derek, thanks so much for coming in. You know the drill. I just need a few slow Pokemon that you think would be faster than Caloric Shadow Rider when using Tailwind.
Alright, man, no worries, I got you. So, first one up, Dondozo! Alrighty, so this guy is a main staple, mainly because he gets his speed doubled with Tatsugiri from 95 to 190. Now,
A little trouble there? Why don't you just go to the next Pokemon?
Oh, alright, here. This one, you're gonna love it. Throwback Rhydon. Well, let me tell you about Rhydon. With a base speed of 40, maxing it out goes to 101. Now,
Not quite my tempo there, Derek. Just go to the next one.
Alright, going on a limb here. Now, this will outspeed anything. Enamorous Therian form. Now, base speed, 46. Max that, 107. Then, doubling it goes to 214. Now, if that doesn't outspeed anything, then I will not.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a Pokeball at you, Derek?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
The speed stats?
Are you over or under speeding?
Over?
Read me the max speed stats of all of these Pokemon under Tailwind.
95, 101, 107.
Over or under?
Under?
So you do know the difference!
Now, Trick Room might sound like just a wacky reversal of turn order, but the layers of strategy it opens up are what make it such a deadly force. And the fun doesn't just stop at slow and bulky Pokemon. Trick Room teams can also utilize support Pokemon that are tailor-made to operate in this time-bending battlefield. Pokemon like Cresselia, Porygon 2, or Indeedee are often seen setting up Trick Room. Cresselia, for example, is great as it has access to amazing supportive moves like Lunar Blessing Blessing, which heals both itself and its partner Pokemon for a quarter of their HP bar, plus healing any status conditions for the turn. This bonus effect, specifically on Lunar Blessing, makes Cresselia a considerable choice to run with physical attackers, seeing how she can cure burns with this move, which would be terribly harmful for our physical attackers. Indeedee is also amazing thanks to its redirection powers with Follow Me and being able to set up Psychic Terrain, which stops priority attacks completely. This also sets up expanding Force users to be able to hit both opposing targets on the field at the same time. But of course, no strategy is without its drawbacks. Trick Room only lasts for 5 turns, which means you've got a limited window to make your giant pocket monsters do their thing. It's kind of like opening up a mosh pit for seniors. Everyone's going hard, but only for a few minutes because someone needs to take a nap. And then there's the counterplay. When activating Trick Room, the user is forced to go last every turn, no matter their speed or priority boosts that they have. This gives taunt users a window to shut down Trick Room setters before they even get the move off. Fake Out is also a way to delay your setup, as it gives your opponent plus priority to flinch you for the turn. Or even worse, your opponent predicts the Trick Room and brings an even slower team, causing a reverse Uno of turn order. But don't let that discourage you. The strength of Trick Room not only lies within its surprise factor, but its team synergy. So how do you build a successful Trick Room team? First, you need a setter, a Pokemon that can survive turn 1 and successfully get Trick Room up. Think of bulky Psychic-type Pokemon like Calyrex Ice Rider, Cresselia, or even Hatterene. Thanks to its ability Magic Bounce, it can bounce status moves back to the user, such as Taunt. Or if you really need a specific pick, you can have that Pokemon hold the Mental Herb, which makes it so the equipped Pokemon can shake off any move binding attacks like Taunt, Disable, or Encore, but it only works one time. Next, you want your sweepers, the powerhouses that thrive under Trick Room. Pokemon like Kingambit, Rhydon, Iron Hands, Vikavolt, those are gonna be your heavy hitters. Finally, you round out the team with support, Pokemon that can redirect damage, apply pressure, or protect your setup. Indeedee, again, is a classic choice here, thanks to Psychic Terrain blocking priority moves and giving that juicy boost to psychic attacks. If you want to be able to use your own priority attacks, however, Farigiraf is also a solid choice here. And here's the best part, Trick Room doesn't have to be your only plan. Some teams run dual modes, fast Pokemon and Trick Room options, letting you pivot strategies depending on the matchup. In short, Trick Room isn't just a gimmick, it's a game changer. Being able to flip the rules on your opponent's head gives overlooked Pokemon their time in the spotlight and punishes teams who only rely on speed and fragility. So next time you see a team of bulky weirdos moving like they're in a senior water aerobics class, be afraid. Be very afraid. If you want to see an example of one of these hard-hitting Trick Room teams, I have a fun video featuring a Alolan Golem utilizing Trick Room and Explosion to force matchups into my favor and playing the game at my speed. You can either check it out over here or look at some of my other content if you like the style of video you just watched over here. Regardless, thanks for watching. Take care.